but we're going to go from 29 to 30. Blake, man, you might have had a little bit, it ended up working out really well for you, but we're going through this, you had a little bit of a tough time trying to figure out your Blake's bangers for UFC Vegas 29. Not really the case for this weekend's card, is it?
I had a tough time this week, but it was the opposite is because there's too much to choose from. I think this weekend's card is gonna be fantastic. I mean, make sure you guys tune in for the prelims.
Yes.
We got our friend of the show, Justin James, fighting as the second fight against Charles Rosa.
Shout out to Justin James, man. If you haven't caught one of the great interviews we've had on this channel, go ahead and check out the first one we did last year after his win in July. Actually, the same guy on the cards. I think it was the guy that's headlining this card in Alexander Volkov was also one of the headliners of his first card back, I think last June actually.
It was early summer, I want to say.
Yeah. So that was I'm 99% sure it was in June. That was like UFC Vegas 3, I believe it was. So that's how fresh it was. But he goes in against Frank Camacho and he gets a knockout within the first minute, a standing knockout in his debut into the promotion. In the promotion where he signed with the UFC on Tuesday, fought that Saturday. So this man is insane. So I go check out that interview, but also his most recent one we did, previewing his upcoming fight with Charles Rosa. Also talking about how he rode a freaking whale. So if you want to hear about how he rode a whale, you should go listen to that. But Blake, please carry on.
Yeah, and so that fight will be the second fight, Justin James versus Charles Rosa on this card, probably about 10:30 a.m. I'd imagine. What's crazy to me is Yancy Medeiros, who used to be kind of a big name in that Hawaii gang. He's actually opening this whole card, so kind of a slight fall from grace.
This is a early card. Forgot.
Yeah, this starts at 10 a.m. on Saturday Pacific time.
Pacific time, Mountain Time,
best time in the world.
Nah.
So
11 o'clock, baby.
You all right?
I'm the best.
Yeah, you all right?
All right.
Mountain Time sucks, bro. No one knows what Mountain Time even is.
Hey, that's why. It's underrated.
Yeah, that's trash. You'd never know what time it is around there.
Imagine being in Pacific Time, man. Imagine having to stay up.
Dude, imagine getting to watch all of the amazing events all over the world and still get to go to bed by about 10:30.
Hey,
it's great.
Early bedtime's overrated. Actually, just kidding. It's not great. Overrated. It's really good for you. Get to bed early, kids, and get 8 hours of sleep. This is a healthy show. Can you put down the text now? Or a health show now?
No. We're not.
Damn.
There's too much trash talk.
Trash talk is healthy.
We get the blood pumping.
Blood flow is healthy. And see, Blake, the more you talk about it, the more a health show. But please, let's stop getting on these stupid tangents.
So now, looking at the main card here, we got some really good fights coming up here too. Panado Moicano versus Jai Herbert. Don't know too much about the Herbert guy, but you guys should know who Moicano is. He's fought the best of the best. Calvin Kattar, beat Cub Swanson. He's fought Jose Aldo. I mean, just the list goes on and on. He's a very, very respected and, just a veteran, man, even though he's still pretty young. And then this other guy that we have on here, Kennedy, I don't want to say his last name, Nchukwu. I think that's how we decided we're going to pronounce it.
That's pretty good. That's a good call. Just waiting for if John Anik's doing this card or whoever is there. The commentators always come in clutch, give us the proper pronunciations of this.
These guys are going to be some light heavyweights throwing down. Him and Danilo Marquez. 6'4" for Kennedy, 6'5" for Danilo. These are some big boys.
Combined records of 17-3.
Yeah. So that's another fight.
3. My math was not good.
That's another fight that I'm going to be looking for. But to take us into Blake's bangers, though, let's hope that I hit as well as I did last week.
Hey, you got some hype to live up to, man.
Number one, it's going to be a welterweight scrap between Tim Means and Nicholas Dalby. Dalby, if you remember, took Darren Till to a draw back in the day, and he's had I believe he was a champion in one of those European promotions. I cannot remember what the hell. Cage Warriors? Cage Warriors, yes, thank you. And then Andre Fili versus Daniel Pineda. That's going to be my second banger. Fili, Sacramento dog.
Team Alpha
Pineda,
male, baby.
He's not got the most impressive record, but he's had some. Yeah, he's had some. I mean, he beat up Herbert Burns in a crazy fight, if you remember that.
My best nickname in the UFC, Andre Touchy Feely.
Yes. So yeah, that's a great nickname, honestly. And some people hate on that. I don't get it.
I think it's perfect, man. It's so creative, man. I mean, how
Yeah,
could you not?
it goes
Touchy
right
feely.
with it. Touchy feely. He's a fighter, man. It's perfect.
If only he was like an extreme grappler too.
He has that wrestling base, but yeah, he is more. He was much more of a kickboxer striker,
Oh, he's
and
super
that's why
exciting.
I picked this as a banger because I think these guys are going to go out there and throw down.
Yes.
My last banger of the week: Tanner Boser versus OSP, Ovince
Mm,
St. Preux. I think this is a big prove it fight for both of these guys, but kind of
yes.
on the opposite sides of the spectrum.
Mm,
It's OSP. Does he belong in the heavyweight, top 15? Is he going to start climbing the rankings? And for Boser, it's kind of establishing that you're here and you're not scared of anybody.
mm-hmm.
So I'm really looking forward to those three fights specifically. But I mean, man, I could just keep going on and on about this fight, and we haven't even brought up the main event yet, which is
Right.
going to be great.
I think I would like to point out before I get to that main event, our predictions with that. Let's talk about Ronaldo Moicano and Jai Herbert because, I mean, Moicano has fought some of the best. Man, this guy going back to 2014. Listen to listen to names he's fought. I guess most recently in 2017, he's been through Jeremy Stevens. He's been through Brian Ortega, Cub Swanson, Calvin Cater. Chan Sung Jung, the aforementioned Korean zombie that we just talked about, Jose Aldo. Back in 2020, it was Rafael Fiziev. This guy has fought some tough fighters. He's won a lot of those fights. So I'm really looking forward to this one. But Blake, let's get on into that main event. When this was first announced as the fight they were going with, I was really happy with this one because Cyril Gane gets that big win over Rosenstruik. And now they pair him up against a nicely ranked opponent in Alexander Volkov, a guy
Big
that's
win, air quotes.
dominant win.
I just didn't like that fight.
I know no one liked that fight, but it's okay. Is what it is at this point.
This needs to be a big win for him if he wants to keep moving up. I mean,
That's what I
he
think,
needs
though.
he needs to be more aggressive than this fight.
Right, but Gon somehow he moves up to number 3, so I still think Volkov should be ranked higher. But I understand it from the UFC. But Alexander Volkov, a true veteran in this game, and I really like.
I think did you go on into detail on their age? How I think they're 1 year apart
I
from
was
each other.
actually. It's funny that you talk about that. I was just about to bring up that stat, Blake. So you're in my
Yes,
head. Congrats on that one.
you
But
know.
let me see if I could bring that up. That was I remember MMA on Point put out a solid graphic on that one, and
So I
so
mean, just doing basic math here, buddy.
look at this.
41 fights to 8 fights
Yes.
and 1 year difference in age.
So Alexander Volkov, 32. Cyril Gane, 31. Like you said, Volkov, 41 fights. Gane, 8 fights. Alexander Volkov, 33 wins. Gane, 8 wins. So this is insane, but it's going to be a really cool matchup, man. I'm hyped for it. And if Gon could get this, he's probably going to be the next guy to get a title shot, maybe besides Stipe. We still don't actually know who's going to get the title shot. Well,
No,
assuming it's
Dana has come out and said it's Lewis's.
yeah, but I'm just
He has
waiting.
come out recently and said it is Derek
He-
Lewis's fight.
He has, but it's not official, so I'm always going to be weary until it is
Sure.
official. So, also, it's Jon Jones. I don't think Jon Jones is really going to fight again, but you just never know with that, man. It's kind of crazy. And it's still kind of stupid that he's number 1 on top of the pound for pound rankings, but I digress. I like that. I think Gon needs a knockout, though, in this fight. But Volkov, he can get right back up there if he gets a win over this guy.
Yeah, like I was saying, I think Gon needs an impressive win just to keep that momentum going because I think the sail kind of got punctured a little bit, so to say, in that Rosenstruik win. It just wasn't, the most entertaining of fights. And I know that sounds casual, but this is an entertainment sport. You got to have something that draws interest, for the casuals, for the people that are interested in this sport. You need to have something that leaves that desire to watch you again.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he failed to do that last time.
Hey, big fight for either of these guys. Who are you taking? Official prediction time.
Ah, man. Look at the tail of the tape. 6'6" Volkov versus 6'3" Gon. 250, 245 is what they walked in at last time. Gon surprisingly has the 1 inch reach advantage.
Got some long arms.
Ah, you know, I'm just gonna say Gon. I don't know why. I just think dude has it in him. I don't think they would push a guy this hard if he wasn't a spec.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think
who
this
knows?
guy's a
Maybe Volkov
spec.
pieces him up. I don't know. But I think Gon is gonna go in there and kind of do the Francis Ngannou, what Ngannou did to Rosenstruik a little bit. You know how he
Just
just kind
rush
of
him.
just rush on him like a silverback gorilla.
If this fight ends within the first 1 or 2 rounds, it probably ends in Gon's favor. If it makes it past 2 into 3, 4, 5, I really like I like Volkov in this one. The
Hey, but
longer it goes.
in that last fight though, Gon proved he can play that fight too.
Yeah, but also I don't think Rosenstruik was the guy to beat someone in a long drawn out fight. Too is the problem there. So
No, it's definitely. I think it's going to come down to can Gon implement
also
wrestling.
Rosenstruik a lot similar to Ghana in terms of experience and number of fights. Volkov is a totally different animal. So I like Volkov the longer it gets into the fight. That's why I'll pick Volkov in this one, but I'm kind of a toss up.
Okay, so you're going Volkov.
Yeah, we gotta get a little bit of difference on this one, right?
That's fine. You're going to be wrong
Hey, that's fine. You're gonna be right on your Blake's Bakers because you always hit.
always, and I'm going to take your suck my pick title on July 10th.
No, you're not.
So keep that spit shine for
I'm
me.
going to get my third consecutive title defense of that. I'm going to tie your record so I can go on to get my fourth and breaker record, and it's going to be a great time, Blake. I don't know what to tell you.